Hey everyone! Today's tutorial is actually going to be all about lashes. Just some info about, buying them, measuring them, and applying them, obviously. I know some of you are looking at me like, something's missing. Can't figure it out. It's my eyelashes. I'm not wearing any. These are mine. With that said, in my opinion, I really believe that the right kind of eyelashes can enhance every look and just make it look really pretty. It doesn't have to take away from it or anything like that. It's just a matter of the choices you make. So let's get started. So for starters, let's just talk about the shape, the general shape of eyelashes. So we usually, the two different kinds of shape is a more rounded shape, and then we have a long to short shape. So let me give you an example. Here is an example of a round shape. You can see how it goes long, short, long from each end. The ends are shorter than the middle section. These are Ardell double up lashes, number 205. So let's go ahead and compare these to Ardell Demi Wispies, which are also a similar kind of shape, but as you can see, it goes from short to long. So that's it for shape. Now as far as styles go, there's a lot of different, there's natural versus dramatic, there's short versus long, and thin versus full. So natural versus dramatic, here's an example of a natural kind of lash. These are red cherry lashes, number 46. And here's a similar style, my favorite style, red cherry lashes, number 62. And I can hold these up together so you guys can see the difference. Okay, so we have more natural and then we have more dramatic. This is also a good example of shorter lashes versus longer ones. Okay, you guys can see that these are noticeably shorter than these. Thin versus thick. So if you just look at these two, thin versus full. So these are more spread out and these are more full, so they have more lashes on them. So you guys can see the difference. Another style of lashes is mink lashes. So they're made of fur. The ones that I've purchased are cruelty free. That's kind of important to me. I don't want to be wearing anything that the animal had to suffer through to get. These are Velour lashes, Lash in the City. Okay. And then these are Flutter lashes in Paige, which are more of like dolly shaped lashes. Okay. Now let's talk about the bands. This is pretty important because when you're buying lashes, sometimes the ends won't stick and you're like, why won't they stick? Sometimes it's because the bands are so thick that they're not flexible and they just, as soon as you put them on, they just go right back into their original shape. So here is a thin band. As you can see, these are Ardell lashes, number 134. And these, which I paid way too much for, are Illamasqua. I don't know how to say it, but you can see that the band is pretty thick on them. Okay. Okay. Just as a comparison so you can see what the thicker one looks like as opposed to the thinner one. And sometimes it can be hard to tell like which one's thick or thin, but I think it's just a matter of getting used to it and experience, I guess. So now moving on to more of the application, let's talk glues. I use Duo eyelash adhesive, the black one. I used this one for years up until I found the brush-on one. It's in a tube, which I really like because it keeps it from getting messy. It's a darker color, so it blends in well with the darker lashes and the eyeliner and you can't see it. However, I discovered the Duo brush-on lash adhesive. This one. This comes in a stick form. And it it does kind of get messy for I don't know what reason, but the hold on this thing is fantastic. It goes on a white color and then it moves into like a blue and then it dries completely clear. I've used this in the water and my eyelashes stayed on. Granted, they look like crap afterwards because they were all messed up, but they stayed on, and that's the important thing. The label is rubbed off of this one, but it's Eyelure Lashfix glue. And this one comes in also kind of like a plastic applicator, which I don't mind. This one doesn't get messy. The hold is decent though. It's not that great, but it's a good hold. I would compare it to the Duo one. So let's move on to applying the false lashes. For this one, I'm going to use Katy Perry's Color Pop lashes in Ka-Pow, which is purple. This is a brand new pair of lashes. I cut the bottom off to fit two in a box. Okay, they're like a rounded shape. They're very pretty. I'm going to use my Duo brush on lash adhesive. But first things first, measuring. When you buy a pair of lashes from the store, oftentimes they'll be too long to fit, so it'll be uncomfortable here or it'll go too far in here. So what you want to do is you want to measure it. So you're going to place it approximately from like where your tear duct is, right where it meets here. You just go ahead and lightly place it on here. Okay. Then you make a note of how much needs to be trimmed off, which usually shouldn't be too much. When you're cutting the eyelashes, I recommend trimming off the longer part, because this part you generally want to be relatively short or else it looks kind of weird. So just, if you're going to cut it off the longer end. So I'm going to use a pair of small scissors. I'm going to cut off just up until right here. So a very small amount. So the next thing you want to do before you apply your lashes is curl them and apply mascara. The reason that you want to do this is because most false lashes have a nice little curve to them, and when you look at it from even the front or the side, you don't want the curl from the false lashes, your lashes just straight down showing, because it's going to be very obvious. You want them both to blend in really well so they can't tell which one's fake and which one's your natural lashes. You're going to apply a thin layer of glue to the lash band. You let that dry for about 15 to 20 seconds. You'll see it turn blue. Once it turns blue, it's pretty much ready to put on. I'm going to use angled tweezers for this. You can use your fingers. I just prefer to use these. It gives me more accuracy. So what you want to do is take your lashes, pinch them from the longer end or the outer corner. Okay? You're going to take them and tuck them behind your natural lashes, and you're going to apply the outer corner. Okay? Then you're going to grab this corner, gently pull it in and stick it on. All the other pieces down. What I like to do is I like to take the butt end of my tweezers and press the band of the lashes onto my lash line. Okay? That just to make sure it's stuck all the way through from one end to another. Okay? And that sometimes tends to flatten it, so what I like to do is now fluff it back up from just by pressing up on the bottom. Okay. once you're done applying, let's talk about removing your lashes, cleaning them, and storing them. Removing them is really easy. All you do is you simply grab it from this end and pull it out, okay? That's it. So, and it's off. Now after a while you'll get glue that chunks up on the band. You want to remove that. You grab the section, it's by sections. You grab this section and you only pull the glue off of the section you're holding. Okay? See? Now you grab this one and you move the glue from here. The reason I use this method is because if you're holding it from here and you're tugging on the opposite end, there's a good chance that you're just going to rip them and it's going to come straight off and come in half. So it's best to just do it in sections to maintain the lashes. After a while you may get eyeshadow or, you know, whatever it is on the lashes. So cleaning them is, it's fairly simple. I use a Mascara Wand. You can find these JCPenney, Macy's, the beauty stores, Sephora, that you can take one as a sample, it's free, or you can buy them. And rubbing alcohol. Plain old rubbing alcohol. What you do is you put a little bit of rubbing alcohol on the mascara wand. You just brush it like that. I don't have any on right now, but you get the idea. So you basically just brush it off. You twirl it a little bit to get all the gunk off, and that's it. You can wear false lashes more than once. I wear mine probably over 20 times each. As long as you take care of it, you can wear them more often. When you're done with them at the end of the day, you take their little case, stick it back on, and put it away. That's it. Alright, so that's it for lashes. I hope that this was helpful for you guys and kind of gives you an idea of what the styles are, what the shapes are regarding the bands and things like that, and how to apply them. I hope I addressed everything, but if I missed anything, feel free to leave your comments below. You know, I know with false lashes, in the beginning it could be like a love-hate relationship. I know mine was. It's hard to get a hang of it, and like if you're first starting out and you get frustrated and you want to, you know, maybe throw them on the floor, stomp on them, or burn them even. It's normal. But once you get used to it, it gets easier. Basically, if you're new to false lashes, just know that frustration and being irritated is going to be the process. Don't give up. Just give yourself a break and then go right back to it. You'll get it eventually. It's just a matter of learning, as everything else. Alrighty guys, have a good one and don't forget to subscribe. Bye.